Hello, my name is Camilo Salas, and this is my final reflective portfolio. At the start of B7, I didn't know what was the class to be about, but when the teacher said to us that it was going to be about oral communication, I get really nervous because um, although I have done a lot of activities that have an oral component, um, I had a lot of weaknesses, like my pronunciation, improvising, or my body language. But despite all these weaknesses, I think that I very, do a good work throughout the semester. The first model, when we start talking about the four elements of speech, there was the pitch, tone, pace, and volume. I was pretty excited because I I wanted to improve my pronunciation, and these four elements uh, were going to help me to do it. Then we start talking about the meeting task. And at this moment, I get nervous because this is the kind of environment that give me a lot of anxiety. And it got worse because my teammates chose me as the meeting manager. I learned a lot in this model. I learned how to do minutes, how to do an agenda, how is a meeting, the parts of a meeting, and a bunch of other things. At the day of the presentation, all my team and I prepare a lot for this. Um, Regarding my oral component, I think I managed very well my tone and my volume, but I had problems with mixing words or mixing ideas. But I felt pretty confident throughout the meeting. The second model was the market gap. It was a very challenging model for me because of some problems I had with my teammates, where they were not as proactive or responsible as I wanted them to be. So I have to learn a lot of patience about working in a team, and that not all people are as proactive as I am. Regarding the gap, I learned how to find a gap, how to define it, and how to explain it in a coherent way. At the day of the presentation, I think that I developed in an acceptable way. Um, I managed to talk very fluently. I use very well the pacing. I moderate my tone and my volume, but I could improve my body language and my eye contact with the audience. And the thing I could improve was that at the time of the presentation, my team looked that it was disorganized and that we didn't know what we were talking about. And I think that with a little more of organizing, we could do our pretty good work. The third model is the pitch for investors. This was the hardest model for me because I have to confront all my fears. I don't like presenting alone because I don't like being the center of attention, because it gives me a lot of anxiety, and then I started to talk to, ma- to talk very fast, and my body language started to get like weird. I think that this is what happened at the day of presentation. I didn't know how to manage my emotions, and it showed during the pitch. But overall, in terms of the pitch, I think my oral skills improved regarding the first two models. I managed to do it well, although the problems I have with my anxiety. Um, on the fourth model, that is the negotiation model, um, this was a model that was very challenging for me too, because it has to do a lot with one of my biggest weaknesses that are improvising. Because I like to control everything, so when something is out of my control, I get pretty nervous. I don't know what to do a lot of times, most of the time. But I take it in a good way, and I think that it could be a good way of improving my improvisation skills. And I learned to a lot of negotiation terms. How is a negotiation taking? How is a negotiation? How what are the parts of a negotiation? What is the protocol? I learned a bunch of things in that matter, and I am very happy I have learned them. Finally, we were asked to write um, some objectives at the start of the course that we were going to accomplish at the end of the class. The Although I have improved a lot my oral skills, and I have meet some objectives, I think that there are others that I have to keep trying to accomplish them. I think I improve in my way of speaking, in my pronunciation, my body language, a bunch of things more. But I still have to improve in a lot of other things, like improvising that I am not good enough, or eye contact with the audience and things like that. And lastly, I think this class was very useful for my future, because it's a very practical class. It's a class that gives us activities that we are going to do as professionals in international business, and it has helped me to understand more about my career. Yeah.